Men will only treat you the way that you let him treat you. So if you have standards, if you respect yourself, trust me, he will respect you too. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys who are new to my channel, my name is Naz and my channel is generally about personal growth, healthy living and lifestyle basically. So today I'm actually going to do like a chit chat video. I actually didn't plan to film this video. Usually I edit on Saturdays and I already had a video scheduled for this Saturday to just edit, but after watching this show on Netflix, I'm like, I have to do a review. I usually never do reviews. I only do reviews on products, but I really needed to sit down and give you guys my thoughts on this show that is booming on Netflix. And I'm sure you guys already heard about it. Love is Blind. I usually hate watching reality TV shows. I just feel like people are fake, to be honest. I was seeing on my Netflix page the trailer of the show and I was like, no. And then a few days ago, I'm like, let's give it a shot. That was before everybody was like talking about it. I was just seeing it and I just checked the trailer real quick and I'm like, oh, this might be interesting. And the only reason why I actually love this show is it's more of a social experiment than reality TV show. I mean, it's both. If you guys don't know what is Love is Blind, basically they're trying to see if emotional connection can conquer physical attraction. So basically there's a bunch of people, they're talking without seeing each other and they're trying to see if they have an emotional connection with each other. And basically you'll have to watch to really know what's gonna happen in the show, but it all comes down to 6 couples at the end. So before leaving the pods, the couples who basically chose each other have to ask each other if they want to marry each other. And we have 6 couples that end up, I think in total there were like 15 on each side, I'm not sure, but 6 couples end up going to the next level. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna share with you guys my thoughts about the show, and I'm gonna real quick go through the different couples we have and my thoughts about them. And then I'm gonna share with you guys how love is perceived in Islam or in any religion. I'm Muslim, so I can't really talk for other religion. Basically, the whole time that I was watching this show, I was like, oh my God, they should do a Muslim version of this because it is literally what we do in Islam. You basically talk to someone without really seeing the person, or you kind of know who the person is, but you're not really going on dates or anything like that. You're really just talking about really important stuff to see if there's actually a connection. But anyways, I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. And lastly, I'm going to share with you guys my personal top 3 tips to know if he or she is the one. Bear in mind, I'm not a love coach, I'm a health coach. I'm really just talking about experience. You guys would either agree or disagree with me, but this is my personal opinion. If you guys want to add more points, you can, or elaborate, you can leave them in the comment section below. So let's start with the couple. If you haven't watched the show and you don't want to know what's gonna happen, then it's time for you to leave because I'm gonna share some details about the couples. If you don't care, then keep on watching. When I was watching the show, I was able to tell from the get-go which couple would be together at the end and which couple would just, you know, separate. So, and I was right the whole time. So let's start with the couple that we didn't really connect with. The first one is Damien and Carlton. Is it Carlton? Yeah, Damien and Carlton. So, real quick, Diamond looks like a woman who's really sensitive. She's really in tune with her emotions, and she's really looking for a partner that will really fulfill this part of her life that is kind of empty. So she's really, really looking for love. And I kind of respect her because I feel like I'm also that type of person, or I was that type of person. But anyways, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. And Carlton, I feel like he has a lot of things that he needs to work within himself. He needs to really sit down and figure things out because one part of the person he is so big that it can actually, you know, bring people away from him. And he knows that. The fact that he kept a secret is really wrong, because you cannot expect a person to react the way you would want them to react if you don't even give them the chance. I feel like he just, I don't know, I really dislike the fact that he did not share that part of his personality, of his life with Diamond, and it was unfair. But from the get-go, I was like, yeah, I don't really think that they're a match. Yes, he's a sensitive person, but I don't know, she's not on the same level. She's really looking for a stable person. She's really looking for a man who will take care of her. So from the get-go, I was like, yeah, no, I don't think they will last. So the second couple that I'm gonna talk about is Giannina and Damien. Giannina and Damien. So first of all, for Giannina, she's really pretty, mashallah. All I'm gonna say though is that she needs to grow up. I'm sorry to say that, but she really needs to grow up, because she is looking for a man that will make her feel like she's falling in love every time that she sees him. Like, she was always saying again and again, oh, I'm losing my butterflies or something like that. But let me break it down for you. I know you're not watching this, but once you marry someone, love will change. It has to start with this connection, this attraction, but it's not like forever you will feel, butterflies in your stomachs. Love changes and it becomes more deeper and more real, because I feel like butterflies are there really just in the beginning phase of the relationship, and then after it really changes. So if you're expecting to always feel butterflies in your stomach, you're set up for disappointment, girl. And I'm talking to all of you guys because I actually met with a lot of my friends, and they always tell me how they're scared to commit because they're like, oh, maybe I'm gonna lose the butterflies, or I'm gonna lose this huge attraction that I have for this person. But let me tell you something. Once you marry a person and you see the person wake early in the morning with like saliva drooling all the way on their mouth and their hair, you know, basically looking crazy, that won't matter. What really matters is the personality of the person, and we're gonna talk about that later on. But coming back to Giannina, she needs to grow up, and she needs to realize what is important in life. And like, good sex, yes, it is important, but I mean, like, it's not it. And butterflies, you know. Anyways, when it comes to Damien, he needs to, I feel like he is ready for commitment. He is a whole man, but he really needs to be more affirmative. I don't know if I'm making any sense. He needs to really let other people know what he's looking for. He should not let other people dictate what he should do or what he should not do in life, or how he should behave. Yes, in love you have to always meet the other person in the middle ground, but you also need to be your whole person, and you also have to let the other person know the way you would want to be treated. So that's all I'm gonna say about them. So Kelly and Kenny, so they really confused me the whole time, because I was like, first of all, they look alike. I don't know if you guys agree, but they have the same type of like color of hair, and the two families are so alike. So I was like, yes, those two will, you know, end up being together. They have so many shared values. It almost feels like they're brother and sisters. And when it comes to Kelly, I feel like I kind of know where she's coming from, because I used to also friend zone all of potential husband, if I can say it like that, because I had this ideal in my head of how a man is supposed to be, that I was really losing so many other opportunities around me. She basically said it herself. She really friend zoned all potentials, and she's looking for physical attraction more than emotional connection, in the sense that for her, the person has to look really good first, and then once that's done and the attraction is there, she will work on the emotional connection. But what happens most of the time is it doesn't really work like that. The emotional connection is stronger than the physical connection, but she does the process a little bit upside down, if I'm making any sense. Kenny, he's an amazing guy. He knows what he wants. He's very charismatic, and in the way he talks, he almost talks like a president, to be honest. He really knows how to talk, and I feel like he is the complete package, especially for her. But yeah, like the two are not on the same page, and unfortunately at the end, you know, they're not gonna end up being married. Amber and Barnett. So there is kind of connection between Amber and Barnett and Mark and Jessica, because Jessica is still kind of feeling Amber, and I kind of feel her because he kind of misleaded her from the get-go. Barnett is an emotional man, but he's confused, and it's just the way he talks. You know, there's men, like I have a lot of brothers, and I see how they talk sometimes to women, and I'm like, I would not want my husband to talk like that to random women, but whatever, to each their own. But he is Mr. Lover, if we can say it like that. And yeah, he's more confused, and I'm pretty sure he broke a lot of hearts. Amber, she has a raw personality. She knows what she wants. She really wanted Amber from the beginning. And I mean, like, it's one thing to be, you know, raw, and it's another thing to be respectful. So sometimes she can say stuff that are like, okay, but to each their own. But I like her. I mean, like, what you see is what you get. Mark is, I don't know, I don't want to say like that, but to be honest, he's really just looking for love. Regardless of who it is, he is in love with love, if I can say it like that. And I don't know, I feel like Jessica was not really a good match, because Jessica, she does not know what she wants, and she wants what she cannot have. So the match, from the get-go, that match was not good, because at first she legit told him that she was into Barnett, like in the pots, and then when Barnett kind of rejected her, she came back to Mark. And then I don't know, if I was Mark, I would want to feel like a second option, and that's how she saw him. She just wanted to leave there with another person. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Now, my favorite couple, I think they're like America's favorite couple. We're in Canada here, so also in Canada, favorite couple of the year is Lauren and Cameron. So Lauren, she's a whole woman. She knows what she wants. And Cameron, he also knows what he wants. So the two are on the same page, and I feel like that's why their relationship worked from the get-go. Now, nothing is always perfect. They had to like work things, but at the end, it all worked out perfectly. Cameron is a really attractive man. He's a little bit too mellow in my taste, especially for like a black woman. You know, as black people, we need not like we need personality, we need like someone who's loud and like, you know, out there. But I guess that's what Lauren wanted. So that's that for the review of the people. That's that for my thoughts of the couples on the show. So my whole thoughts. First of all, the social experiment of this show is amazing. I really like the whole idea behind the whole show. The only thing that I was like a little bit like is that the people in the show, the people that they selected, are all attractive people. I mean, like, you don't see those people in reality, you know. So imagine if they were actual real people. I don't think the ending will be the same. So maybe the way they chose the people is not really reflecting reality. That's all I'm gonna say. But other than that, the show was really nice. And obviously at the end of the day, it's a show, so we're not gonna see the full picture. So people should not be quick on judging what they see on TV, because we don't see what happens most of the time. So let's go to the second part of this video. So Islam and love. So in my religion, how it works is we really tend to put emphasis on this emotional connection. And when I say emotional connection, yes, of course, you have to have like this connection with this other person. I think what really matters is the two people coming together has to be on the same page. The thing, even with this show, what made it easy for everyone is that both parties were there to meet someone for them to marry the person. So there was not a misunderstanding, because what happens most of the time in real life is that one person is like, you know, that person is looking for a relationship, is looking for like to settle for a husband or whatever. It's most likely the woman. And the other person is like, you know, still looking around, just want to talk and have fun. So the two parties are never really on the same page, except if like they both make it clear from the get-go. So in my religion, you talk to someone to eventually marry the person. You don't talk to someone just to talk to someone. And you're not really looking for a boyfriend. You're really looking for like a fiance or someone that you will spend the rest of your time, the rest of your life with. So that's how Islam is in regards to love. And once that connection is established, then we meet the person with the family, and then we have to see if physically the person is attractive to us, because that's why I don't really believe in the fact that love is 100% blind. You still need to be attracted to the person, and I feel like that's why Jessica and Mark didn't really work, because Jessica was not that attracted to Mark from the get-go. So both are there, but the emotional connection is more important. And that's why I was like, the whole time I was like, you know what, they should do a Muslim version of this, because there's so many women out there that I know that are looking for a husband, and this really makes things easy. I know that some mosques they kind of do that. They make the two parties meet each other, they match people, and most of the time it's success, you know, because what really changed the whole thing is both parties are looking for someone and who they will spend the rest of their life with. They're not looking for a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. Now for the third part, my top 3 tips to know if he or she is the one. So the first thing that is really, really important that I learned through my past experience is that there is a difference between personality and behavior. You really have to distinguish the two. What I'm saying basically is, when you're looking for a husband or when you're looking for a wife, you really have to make sure that you know the person, the personality of the person, and not really put a lot of emphasis on the way they behave. Now let me explain, because the way you behave towards someone is different depending on the person that it is, and also depending on the situation. In the beginning of the relationship, of course, the man will be, you know, so kind, so understanding and everything. And that's how he will behave with you, or that's how she will behave with you. Both parties are like just behaving. But that's not really what you need to look for. You need to look for the personality of the person. Is he a family-oriented person? How does he treat his mother? How does he treat women in general? Is he a hardworking person? Is he a goal achiever? Personality is really something that really doesn't change regardless of the situation that you're in, if I'm making any sense. And behavior is really the way you behave. You behave differently with your boss, you behave differently with your husband. And at the beginning you will behave, you will really control yourself. You will make sure that the person sees whatever you want them to see and say whatever they want you to see. But with time, things will change. A person cannot really control the way they behave all the time, and the behavior might change depending on the situation. If you guys are going through a hardship, both of you will behave differently. So behavior is something that changes always. So the problem that I see is a lot of girls really just emphasize on the behavior. They're gonna say things like, oh, I just like the way he looks at me, or the way he treats me, where we go on dates. All of that are important, yes, but they're not really that important if you're looking for a serious relationship. Whereas the personality, like a guy who really likes you will make sure that he behaves exactly the way you want him to behave. But if he's all over you and he tells you you're beautiful, blah blah blah, but he doesn't really work, or he's not really actively looking for work, if he's not pushing himself, do you really want that? You really have to know what you want. And that really brings me to my second point. You as a person, have to know what you want in life. You have to know yourself before even looking for someone. The problem that I see most of the time is women are looking for someone who will make them happy, but nobody will ever make you happy all the time. You're set up for disappointment if that's really what you think. You have to make sure that you know yourself and also know what make you thrive in life, and you have to make sure that happiness is not you should not put your whole happiness on another person's hands. You're gonna be set up for disappointment. You have to be really content with yourself. You have to find things that you're capable of making it happen. I don't know, for me, for example, I really like spending time with myself. That really makes me happy. And to each their own, but you really have to find other things that makes you happy. So one thing that I wrote down here is a partner should not be the source of your happiness. He or she will only have to be part of it. So that's a big one. You really have to find yourself before even looking for someone, and know exactly what you want in life. And the last tip is you have to respect yourself. If you respect yourself, trust me, the guy will respect you back. If a guy is disrespecting you, it's most likely because you're not really giving yourself the value that you need to give yourself. And I feel like it goes both ways. In the show, Mark was not really respecting himself enough, and Jessica was kind of taking advantage of him. So you really have to respect yourself, and a man will only give you the level of respect that you give yourself. That's something that I stand upon. A man will only treat you the way that you let him treat you. So if you have standards, if you respect yourself, trust me, he will respect you too. So yeah, I don't want this video to be too long, guys. Let me know what you think really matters in a relationship. I gave you my top 3, and you can agree, you can disagree, you can emphasize, you can elaborate. Go wild in the comment section, guys. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. It's a last minute video. It's not really well structured, but I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped a lot of girls out there that are kind of struggling in relationship. And if you want to also, if you want another video where I'm basically talking about how I met my husband, he's not really a social media person, so he's not gonna be in the video with me, but I can tell you basically my experience. I can share with you guys my experience and how I ended up with the person that I am with today, that I'm 100% in love with, alhamdulillah. I can make that video for you guys. So yeah, this is the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe and join the family. Yeah, and we will see each other next week, guys.